guys, nice seeing you again. Today we are going to talk about still in the environment of the business, yeah. So last week, ma'am already explained to you about what is the business activity. This week, I will cover about what is the business organization. When we are talking about business organization, there are two types of business. First, we call it private sector, and then second one, we call it public sector. Ah, what is private sector? Private sector is basically business which is owned by the private individuals, such as entrepreneurs. And then the second one is public sector, which is basically business that are owned and run by the government. Even in Indonesia, we call it BUMN, Badan Usaha Modal Negara. Yeah. So BUMN, yeah, like for example, Pertamina, Krakatau Steel, or PTKI. So this company is serving for the sake of the public's needs. Now, let's talk about what is the private sector first. Now, in the private sector also, we are divided. There are different kind of type of private sector. We have a solo trader. We have also partnership and limited company. In the limited company, we divide it again into the private limited company and public limited company. So let me explain first. The sole trader means that the business is owned and controlled only by one person. I give you an example. Hairdresser. This is owned by the, normally is you have your own business. Of course, it's possible that you have your partner, and then it goes to the second point of the type of the business, which is partnership. This partnership is business which is owned by two or more people. This is a partnership. And then we have also a limited company. Let's say what is the example of the partnership? We having, for example, law firm and partner. Law firm is normally is, let's say, the name of the big lawyer in Indonesia, Hotman Paris and Partner. That's what we call business which is run by more than one person. They have this partnership model. And then the third one, which is limited company, which is basically a company which is owned. The company has their own legal entity. So it's not only the owner, but the company has their own legal entity. I give you an example. In Indonesia, we have the model of this limited company is PT and Sesi. Have you guys heard about it? PT is perseroan terbatas, meaning that let's say perseroan terbatas PT morning smile, let's say like that. I don't know, that's the thing that came into my mind. Morning smile, what is it then? But anyway, let's make this as the name of the PT. This morning smile is have this legal entity, which means if there is something, the owner who is call it shareholder, they don't have to, they don't have direct impact on the whatever happened with the company. So the one which is running the company, which is will have an impact. Okay, this is the limited company, which is private limited company. But there is also another model, which is public limited company, which means that the people or the public can own the share of the organization. In Indonesia, they call it perusahaan terbuka, which is they have to register their share into this Bursa Effect. We have the Bursa Effect Jakarta. And this is that we call it the public limited company. So going on further, like I said, the ownership of this public corporation um, is owned by the government, which is built. This company is built in order to serve the general publics. In England, this BBC, this news channel BBC. This is also a public company which is owned by the government of England. But Indonesia, I give you an example, like I said before, is Krakatau still, and PDAM also, PLN, and many others. Basically, they all is formed in order to serve the general publics. Now we have also in my slide, you guys can see it. What is the advantage of sole trader and what is the disadvantage of sole trader? I'm sorry, I have to go back again. What is sole trader? Sole trader is basically a company which is owned only by one person. So like you say, like it says, it's one person. That means they have all the risks. They have all the benefit. If you have a risk, you have to do it. You have to get it all. If you have the benefit, then you have to. You will enjoy it all by yourself. And that's really quite a lot of advantage and disadvantage. You guys have to see it on my slide to be detailed on what is the advantage and the disadvantage. Yeah. But basically, like I said before, with the solo trader, all the risks will be bound to this one person who owns this company, which is also meaning not only the risk, but they're also enjoying the benefit, right? So, and the benefit is also enjoyed by this owner, the solo owner. And now moving on the partnership, there is also, plus and minus. Partnership, like I said, if there's a solo trader, everything goes to one person, whether it is risk or the benefit. But with the partnership, you share the risk, you also share your profit, no? Because nothing comes free in the world. So you want to enjoy something, then you have to also, willing to take the risk as well. So this is the concept of partnership. And then going on with the private limited company, the sharing is much more bigger. With the private limited company, maybe it's more than 2%. Yeah, the ownership on the private limited company is called share holder. The ownership. Yeah, and the shareholder in the private company have only limited liability. When liability, meaning if that something happened, then only limited what they have to cover or what they have to be responsible with. This liability of this, why is like that? Because the company has their own legal entity. That's the reason. With the private limited company. So, which means also this private limited company, the company has to be responsible on the existence, on how to run the business as well. So the shareholder role is actually giving the capital or giving the money, but they have also quite limited, let's say, how the business should be run, because there is a bunch of people who is really formed in order to run the business itself. So the role of the shareholder is giving the capital. Therefore, if there is something happen, the one which is running the company or this private limited company, they are the one who is somehow taking the responsibility. And then what about, we are talking before is with the private limited company, we're talking about the risk. What about the benefit? In a private limited company, the benefit is called dividend, meaning you share the profit with the shareholder, And this is also Same with the public limited company. The only difference is with the public limited company, the ownership of the shareholder is much more bigger, because everybody can, if as long as you are registered in the stock company, stock exchange company. So that means everybody can buy your stock. Everybody can buy your share. You know, so and this will be the share is will be the dividend, or the profit is will be we determine how much share you have in that company. Okay, so this is what I'm going to cover on this the second week of the our meeting.